Everyone, it's Joe, the 50 something Dasher, with another daily recap video. And this video is for Monday, December 4th. And I don't normally dash on Mondays, but it's supposed to be a W 2 day. And I haven't been feeling good today. I wasn't feeling it at the W 2. Um, so I left after a couple hours, and I figured, well, let's try dashing because I should be able to, work more hours doing that. It's less physical. So I logged in, and it didn't take too long. I got my first order was a big hitter right off the bat, 1925 Meyer order. And I didn't take a picture of the shopping list or anything, but this was an easy shop. Um, there was some. I remember there was some stuff in the frozen aisle. There was, I think, some snacks on this order. One thing of um, there was like a Stouffer's family size meatloaf, and then a meatloaf seasoning packet, and some other stuff. Wasn't that hard to shop? I found everything. The delivery, as you see there, was like south of downtown. I was a little bit worried how bad traffic was going to be, but it wasn't bad at all, surprisingly. So good order there. Um, Unplug the phone here. Next was this 550 Wendy's, and this was actually delivering to a school. It's like I think it was I want to say it was a middle school, and I don't know why. I always get a kick out of like when children like try to mess with me. For some, I don't know. I just think it's funny. I get a kick out of it. But I go to park in front of the school. The instructions were to bring it in and leave it at the office, the reception desk. And so I arrive and I get out of the car and I'm walking up towards the front. There's a bunch of kids, waiting to go in. I guess it wasn't ready. It wasn't time yet to actually enter the school yet. So they were all kind of standing out there, and one of the kids was like, "Hey, that order's actually for me," and I just kind of laughed a little bit and just walked past him. But it kind I actually have from 2017 when I was a Uber Eats delivery driver. I actually have a lot funnier story than that one. I Similar situation. I pick up an order, and it was delivering to. This was also a middle school, I think, possibly a high school, but I think it was a middle school. I can't remember for sure. Um, I want to say middle school. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'm on my way to the school, and there were detailed instructions in there as far as actually where to actually go on the property. And it was directing me to the back of the school or a certain corner of the property or something. But for whatever reason, I didn't pay attention to that. I was just following GPS, and I was just going to the school and assumed that I'd be delivering it in the office. I mean, that's just, I, as you can tell, I have a habit of presuming things a lot of times. But anyway, so I get there, I get to the school and give the customer's name, and they're not sure like who I'm even talking about. And long story short, come to find out it was a student that placed the order, and which was like a curveball, thrown at me because you're just, when you're going along doing these deliveries and you're delivering to schools, and you just automatically assume that it's to a teacher. You don't assume that a kid is going to try to pull a Jeff Spicoli on you and place an order. And so anyway, the secretary or whoever it was got kind of irritated when she realized that it was a student that placed the order. And she looked at me and she's like, they're not supposed to do that. And she was kind of ticked. And anyway, long story short, they find this student and get her in there, and this is kind of mean, but they made her eat, like stay there in the office and sit down in the, like the principal's office, and eat the food there. And so I don't know. Now that would have been, if that story would have happened today, that would have been an automatic 1 star I would have gotten from that kid. But is a different rating system or whatever back then. But I it's like, and on the one hand, I felt kind of bad that happened to that student, and I messed up on and didn't read the instructions. And but on the other hand, the student's not supposed to be having food delivered. So on the other hand, I was kind of like contributing to them breaking the rules or whatever, and I didn't feel bad when I looked at it from that perspective. But I don't know. But yeah, that was one of my funnier stories from the Uber Eats days. And then when I pulled up to the Wendy's, they stacked it with another order for an additional $4. So so that was I made 9.50 on like 8 miles. So it's not bad. Then next order was a $12 9 mile Walgreens. I went ahead and took this easy shop. There's like a couple Pedialytes, a couple COVID. There's actually only like 4 things to shop, because there was 2 Pedialytes, 2 COVID tests, and one each of 2 other items I can't remember. So, and then yeah, that order wasn't bad at all either. Then I had my first decline of today, and I mean the 28, when something like this first comes across your offer screen, you're like, it grabs your attention. I mean, anything over $20 is going to kind of like be an instant attention grabber. But man, it's like I've talked about my issues at Giant Eagle. I mean, just check out the last recap video. And 37 items. And another problem is they don't. It's not like Meyer. They don't put the aisle numbers. So just like the categories, and that's it. So you have to find the aisles. So yeah, the 37 items scared me, and then it just seemed, and then the distance. I mean, the one of them's Obet's, which is that's far enough, but then the second one is like even farther southeast. I mean, this is some mileage here. So it's like the combination of the mileage and the time it was going to take, 2 separate shopping orders. The Giant Eagle, that shop could have taken like 45 minutes, worst case scenario, and 30 to 45 minutes, and then I would have spent, for any shopping order, you figure it's going to take at least 5 minutes to go in and out of any store, just about. So 2 items, I mean, that could have taken 10, 15 minutes. there's an hour right there, plus the driving and coming back. I mean, gosh, I could have had 2 hours wrapped up in this. So let's decline this and see what else I get. Which after that, I got a string of other shopping orders that are a lot more up my alley. Okay, so 1050, only 3 miles, staying in zone, perfect. Okay, so I go to this CVS. The funny thing about this is I looked around all over up towards front. I couldn't find a single like basket or shopping cart or anything. And so I went around, I just carried the items. I carried as many as I could, walked up front, set them down at the register, went back for the last two items. But it was so funny because the most of the items were really tiny items, so I was able to carry easily 9 items. It's like the smallest pack of Oreos, and then some a couple different like medicines and a couple other items like the smallest packages, and then the last then a couple drinks, and then like a Christmas like a countdown to Christmas blocks in like a little wagon or something, and I had trouble finding that. Had to ask for help, and I finally found. They only had one of them on the shelf, and so I finally found it, and I'm surprised I was able to find that. Um, Next shopping order, I got two consecutive $6 Dollar Generals. So there's the first one, and just 4 items, less than 3 miles. I actually came home to go to the bathroom, and then right back out to do this order. Then, like I said, then I get another one. $6, less than 2 miles. Great. Um, you see here, I had to actually like pass the customer, go to the store, and then come back. And it was just two pain relievers, like the Dollar General brand ibuprofen, and like a store brand Tylenol or something like that. And so I go to the customer, and it was hand to customer order. It was an older guy who was, I might have been like in a wheelchair, and he looked like he was, I talk about how I wasn't feeling well today. He looked like he was probably in worse shape than I was, and I actually like opened the door for him to give him his order, and he was like, "Joe, thank you so much for delivering this surgery that I just had, really kicked my ass, and here's an extra $5." And he handed me $5 cash tip, and I thanked him. And I just as I was leaving that customer, I was just thinking about how it's, with all that we go through as drivers with DoorDash, and it's not always easy. And I shot that hour-long tirade video on Friday where I was all upset and mad. But it's nice to have, at least every once in a while, it's nice to have an exchange with a customer like today, where you come away with it with the feeling that, hey, I did something really good today to help somebody out in need, and it's just, like I said, with all the customer theft and the negative ratings and contract violations and all this and that and the stuff you have to go through, dishonest customers, and dishonest dashers too, for that matter, out on the roads. It's just nice to have every once in a while these good exchanges and good stories, factored in. It just kind of remind you that, hey, it's not always bad. You are doing some good out there. So I really, I think I really needed that delivery today. Yeah, I really needed that. And that was uh, like I said, I felt good after making that delivery. Next, I got a 750 Chipotle. I went ahead and took this. I was in that area and an order coming back close to home. So, yeah. Um, then I get this. This look really good right here. $12 hidden tip KFC. I was like, man, that seems kind of high paying for a KFC, especially, and it's not a catering order. That would have shown on there. It's kind of interesting here. I was a little bit disappointed that it was going to, or is picking up from the Stringtown KFC and not the other location, because Stringtown, that is one of, if that and the Wendy's that's next to it, those are like the two trickiest restaurants to get in and out of. That's extremely trafficy. In fact, I get out of those locations however I can get out of them. If I'm supposed to turn left to get out of there according to GPS, but I got a chance to turn right, you turn right. You get, it's kind of like one of those type of places where you get out when you can and wherever you can. And so I turned out of there. I think I was supposed to go straight on Stringtown, but the traffic was backed up there waiting on the green light. So I made a turn onto another road just to get out of that area. It ended up being, I don't know what the subtotal on this was, but it was probably like around 20 pieces of chicken. I think it was like a 10 or 12 piece family meal, and then there was an additional 8 pieces of chicken, 6 or 8 pieces or whatever. And then like a couple other items. The order was ready that when I went in there, and it was in these two big heavy sacks that I put in my catering bag. So I went and delivered that, and the hidden tip was just $1. So it was $13. But yeah, $11 customer tip. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. Um, then I get this Big Lots order, only one item for, and not even 2 miles. So heck yeah, I'll take this. I wonder what it is. What could it be? One item from Big Lots, and it was Lifesavers candy canes. And I thought, well, that's how cool is that? Because just a couple orders ago, I figuratively speaking, saved somebody's life with those painkillers, and now I'm So I was a lifesaver then, and now I'm shopping for lifesavers. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. They had Christmas candy in probably like 3 to 4 different places. I saw some other candy canes right up front by the registers, but not Lifesavers. It was like Nerds and 1 or 2 other candies. And then I go to another area, I can't find it. Go over to the Christmas area, that corner of the store, I can't find these. So I go ask for help, and the associate walks me over to this holiday candy aisle that I completely missed. When I went over to that corner of the store where all the Christmas stuff was. If I would have just looked to my right, I would have seen all that candy, and I just completely missed it. Um, but anyway, found the item, um, and then they stack it with this Pizza Hut, which if I wanted to, I could have just left my car right there where I parked for Big Lots. I could have just walked over to the Pizza Hut. But I'm a really extremely old man. Like I said, I don't feel good. And so I moved the car, I don't know what it is, 200 feet or whatever, to a parking spot right in front of probably wasn't even 200 feet. I parked right in front of the Pizza Hut door. Pretty soon, I don't know. I might need handicap signage one of these days. I don't know what all you can get it for, but that's just kind of like a random as you can get topic that entered my head right now because I'm tired, and so I apologize for that. That's how I get sometimes. Totally random. Uh, this I kind of messed up on. So I I saw in the order some wings and a personal pizza and like 4 ranch cups. So it's like like 6 items. And I took my pizza bag in there, but these were all like really small, so I didn't need that. And so I asked for like a one of the sacks. So the guy gives me the order, and I put everything, the what I thought was the wings, and then the pizza, the 4 sauces. I put them in the sack, tied up, got to the car, put it in my hot bag, deliver it. And as I'm driving away, I get a text from the customer that the wings were missing. And I was like really confused. I was like, well, what was the item on the bottom of the sack that I put in there? And she was like, oh, that was the bread. One of the items was a pizza and breadsticks. And then the wings, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Like, I just, again, you know, 1 star driver. It, I must have just seen personal pizza, and that's probably like all I saw when it probably said pizza and breadsticks. So, um, oh well. I mean, it's not just obviously it's not 100% my fault. I mean, I am supposed to. You are supposed to pay attention to details and on stuff like that. But so it's it is my fault, but you can't forget the store clerk as well. I mean, they were reading the order and seemingly finished it and handed me the items that they handed me. I mean, it started with them. They forgot the items, so. And also situations like that, probably some customers probably think that because, maybe they've had bad experiences before, and they some of them probably think the dasher just stole, that portion of the item, which obviously I would never do. That's not in my DNA. And then I started getting some declines. So this $4 6 miles. I mean, I'm in between the pickup and the delivery, and just too much back and forth, and I'm only getting $4. And again, it's first week of the month, so I'm not taking that one. Uh, and then this was going too close to downtown, in my opinion. So 825, 8.7, and more than likely would have been all deadhead miles coming back. So decline there. Um, and this is where, like, when I was in between these two declines is when I was getting the message from the Pizza Hut customer. Uh, and then this one, this one is really raunchy because, again, I've talked about this in previous videos. In my zone, we have like 4 Starbucks, I think, and none of them uh, you DoorDash. I don't know why, but none of them in this. So I have to go. If anybody in my market wants Starbucks, you have to go out of zone to get it. It's crazy. So you see, I'm near the customer, and where's the closest Starbucks to here? I'm trying to think. Uh, oh, well, probably over on Stringtown. Yeah, there's not really one close here. I guess no matter what, this probably would have been kind of higher mileage. But I have to go north out of zone to the closest Starbucks that does do DoorDash, and then I'd have to come back into zone to. So, and only for $4.75. I mean, there's no way on that one. Um, the last couple 2 or 3 orders, I was starting to get tired. As you can tell, I'm really tired now. I could have maybe continued on another hour or so, but like 3 declines in a row, and I figured I was starting to get a little hungry. So yeah, let's just stop this and go ahead and call it a dash. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow and do better tomorrow, but um, I still did okay. 11 for $95 plus the $5 cash, so $100. Dash for 4.5 hours, 3.5 active. Only drove 73 miles for the $100. So again, I've been overall doing really good on mileage the last several dashes. Um, so anyway, that's all I got for this recap. So much, even though I didn't feel good, it was still a much better dash today than Friday for sure. But thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and check out some of my other videos if you're new to the channel. And that's it for this video. Until next time.